Hello, my name is Johnny Blair, and I'm delighted to be with Kelly Taylor. And I'm going to be asking Kelly some questions about Alpha. So, welcome, Kelly. It's nice to be with you. And a question that many people ask about Alpha is, why on earth would you ever start doing Alpha course? Why did you do Alpha?
I think in order to kind of answer that one, I kind of need to go back a little bit about kind of my journey to faith. So in my family, you went to church. It was something that you just did from the moment you were born. You were there every Sunday, come rain or shine. We were very active in the church as a family. I was in the creche, and then I was in Sunday school, and then I was in the choir. So from 0 to 18, we were very active. And then from 18, when I went to university and into my 20s, I often refer to them as the wilderness years because, in terms of my faith, because I did stop going to church actively. I was still saying the odd prayer every now and again when I wanted help with something, if I'm honest, but I wasn't actively kind of involved with the church at that point. And then I re-engaged kind of in my late 20s, and I remember that moment that I was in church and I was saying the Nicene Creed, and I was thinking to myself, you've been saying this for years, but do you actually understand what these words mean? And then the talk and the sermon happened and the message wasn't landing. And then we were singing the songs and the hymns, and I was looking around and all these people have got this amazing joy on their faces. And I thought, I'm not feeling any of this. Something's really, really missing here. And I'm not quite sure what it is. And I really wanted to kind of re-engage with that. And I think also I started to doubt myself a little bit as a Christian because I had got questions that I didn't actually think a good Christian girl should have about their faith. And then the opportunity for Alpha came along, and a colleague had mentioned it to me at work a few years ago. And often when I talk to people about Alpha, they say the same thing, that it's almost like a drip effect, that someone's mentioned it to you in passing, and then you start to see the signs outside of churches and you get a little bit curious. And the opportunity came up for me and it was perfect. I was on maternity leave. There was a Tuesday class, I think it was. And also I got 2 hours free from my baby, and I got to sit and have coffee and chat with people. And I just thought, actually, this sounds really good. Let's do it. And it was a brilliant experience. It absolutely was.
In what way was it a brilliant experience, and did it have any impact on your life?
Life-changing impact, actually. And that seems such a dramatic statement to say. And I know some people hear that and go, really? But it really, really did. Like, I work for an international news channel. I have done for over 10 years. So I am naturally cynical by nature. And being in that kind of environment on a day-to-day basis, you need proof points, you need evidence. If you can't feel it, touch it, hear it, see it, I really, really kind of struggle with those beliefs. And that was really where these questions came from about Christianity. And because I'd never really explored my faith before, I didn't really know that there were proof points, which I feel and sound so naive now, because going through Alpha, not only did I get the heart knowledge that I needed, I got the head knowledge too. And there are proof points out there. There is evidence. And I was really, really surprised at all of this. So that kind of cynical feel, I don't know, it kind of just drifted away. And the other thing that I found it really difficult to talk about my faith openly. And I, been going to church for so long and never really connecting properly. And I don't know, you talk about, someone would say to you, what do you do at the weekend? And I talked to them about chapter and verse, about where I'd been for dinner and who I'd met and what bars I'd been to. Never talk about the fact I'd been to church. And actually that constant denial prevented me from being the best person I could be, because I never actually felt complete. There was just always a part of me missing. But what Alpha allowed me to do was completely reconnect with my faith. And it allowed me to proudly say that I believe in God the Father, God the Son, and I believe in the Holy Spirit. And being able to do that, it's quite emotional actually, because, sorry.
It's fine.
I'm not going to say sorry. No. Because it's such a personal thing. And you feel it in a way that, I don't know, I can't even explain it, but just to feel complete for the first time, I don't know, it was amazing. It was life-changing. It was amazing. And, I don't know. I sound like I'm rambling, and sorry to all those watching thinking, what is she on about? But it's an amazing feeling that I cannot describe to you when you finally get that missing piece. And Alpha gave me that missing piece. But what I would say is it's not the end of your Christian journey. You don't just finish Alpha and go, brilliant, I'm now a card carrying, badge wearing Christian. It's actually the start of your journey. And that for me is what was the most exciting part. And, it kick-started everything for me. It kick-started a much more positive outlook in life. I found I was calmer, I was more patient. I found that even in the darker times that I went through, I could still see that light. I could still see that hope. And I think in times like this, hope is just so important to absolutely everyone. And I got more involved with Alpha. I got more involved with my church community in a way I hadn't done previously as well. So I did Alpha, but then I was still on maternity leave when the next Alpha course kicked off. So I used that time to go and help with the creche, to help other people so they could, enjoy Alpha and know that their children were safely looked after. I've come back as a helper on Alpha to kind of help other people on their Christian journey. I did the servant course, which again is another thing I couldn't recommend highly enough. And now I'm on Life Worth Living, which is a Bible study course. And again, it's fascinating because I'm finding out so many things about these people which years gone by almost felt like fictional characters. And now I can see that they're real people who went to real places, who did real things. And that is an amazing thing. And, I'm still so early on my Christian journey, but already I can just feel just the impact of it. And it's been absolutely fantastic. And it also provides you with a safe space to ask those questions, the ones that you didn't think you were allowed to ask. And trust me, I asked most of them. And there's nothing off limits at all. And that's just another really powerful thing about Alpha, that you feel safe, you feel welcome, and there's absolutely no judgment for anything that you need to ask.
That's brilliant. And obviously it takes time in Alpha to build up that confidence with the others on the course. So not everybody's asking whatever they like in week 1, but by week 5 or 6, confidence grows. Now, you've talked about Alpha and the change for you. When did you do Alpha?
Oh, now you're asking. Hold on. When was I on maternity leave? It must have been 2018.
Okay, so 2 years, 2.5 years ago, and you're still talking about it in such an excited way. I mean, that's why I was asking the time, because it obviously is something that's not drifted. It's not something that you've lost, but actually it is something that is still really very much there for you.
It is, and it's something that doesn't actually leave you, because it has that kind of an impact. And what also for me I found really helpful was to surround myself with Christian friends. So I've got, lots and lots of friends, all at different stages of their faith. But actually what Alpha does is it almost binds you to the people that were in your group. I didn't expect to walk into Alpha and come out with a load of new best friends. That was not what I was thinking at all. But that's what's happened. Okay. And it's those people that when, I don't know, you need support, they're the first people that you turn to, because you've shared things with them you might not have shared with your people that you've always called your best friends, just because of the personal nature of Alpha and the journey that you're going on. It's a big thing.
Fantastic, thank you. So I think we might sort of guess the answer to this question, but would you recommend Alpha to anybody who's thinking about it?
I would, because if I can slim it down to one sentence, you have absolutely nothing to lose and everything to gain. And that kind of an opportunity just doesn't come along very often. I recommend it wholeheartedly for finding more about your faith, for meeting a fantastic, welcoming group of people who will become some of your best friends without you even realizing it, for the change it will have in you, the positive change it will have in you. And it is really exciting that it does kickstart something that's within you that you might not have even thought was there. And you go in there with a piece of you missing and you come out feeling whole again. And that is something that you can't put a price on, quite frankly. So again, absolutely nothing to lose and everything to gain.
That's fantastic. Thank you very much, Kelly, for your time and for talking to us. And I really hope that there are a good number of people who will listen to this, to listen to what you have to say and be encouraged to do Alpha. Like you say, maybe it's not immediately, because maybe this is one of those things that encourages them to do it in a year's time or 2 years' time. But ideally, do Alpha. If you listen to this and you haven't done it, do it, and bring all your questions and encourage any friends, atheist, agnostic, it doesn't matter. You know, if an atheist is strong enough in their faith of that there is no God, may they be encouraged to come and join us and find out more about what Christians believe. It's great to have a good debate at Alpha Courses. So thank you so much, Kelly. Thank you for your time. Thank you for speaking with us.
Thank you. Thanks, Johnny.